always tried to fit in. Hometown started feeling like a prison. So obsessed with everything she isn't. Brainwashed by a television. Blink of an eye, time flew by. Everything changed like that. When the lights go off, the music stops. Do you wish someone would ask, are you happy right now where you at, girl? Do you still get drunk when you sad, girl? Did you finally find love in this mad world? Is it everything you thought? Are you happy right now where you at, girl? Did the money go straight to your head, girl? Did you grow up a little too fast, girl? Cause if you did, you can always go back, girl.
The duality of this year was disrespectful. But that also being said, I really like the plot twist. I like how much change happened. And I like the fact that sometime around June, my brain was suddenly like, here's your prefrontal cortex fully developed. I don't know exactly when it happened. I'm not yet 25. But I can honestly say that it does get better, or you just get better at navigating it. Actually, that's kind of a lie. I'm kind of lying to you.
I'm not afraid to cry every once in a while, even though going on with you gone still upsets me. Every days, every now and again, I pretend I'm okay, but that's not what gets me. What hurts the most was being so close and having so much to say. I'm watching you walk away.
I don't want to focus too much on the breakdowns or the bad things that happened or the ways that I lost my trust in people over and over and over again.
Waist getting slimmer, but I don't think my ass is. Face is getting shorter, but I don't think my cash is. Don't see it getting bigger, baby, you might need some glasses. Camera, action, I'm ready for the masses. Only thing fickle by the bitch is my lashes. I even got a date, whether married for the paint. Cause the kid about to make another hit from the sadness.
I'm accepting that life is a literal pyramid scheme. I was studying Maslow's hierarchy of needs for my flight instructor training during the summer. And I had this epiphany where I'm sitting there reading the textbook and I'm thinking, life is actually a pyramid scheme. Because everybody is trying to get to self-actualization at the top. And I've talked about this year so much on my TikTok and people are probably a little bit annoyed about it. But the reality is, life is a game. And I always kind of sucked at board games, so that actually makes a lot of sense. But what I mean by that is people, like, the ultimate prize in life is love, kind of, or peace, or having a passion and a purpose. Like, life is really a pyramid scheme. Every time I want to give up, every time I'm like, it's kind of trash. I'm not winning at the board game of life. The Lord says, hold up. I got an album you haven't listened to yet. I bring this up because it goes into another topic: men, dating, relationships, love life. That's a whole nother video that I'll probably never make.
Everybody get your roll on. I know shorty and she doesn't want no slow song. Had a man last year, life goes on. Haven't let that thing loose, girl, in so long. You been inside, know you like to lay low. I've been peeping what you bringing to the table. Working hard, girl, everything paid for. First, last phone bill, car, no cable. With your phone now,
Another thing I realized this year was I always thought I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm not, don't worry, there's like no boob there for me to hit. I'm a lover and a fighter, baby. Like, reality is I will give you these hands if you want them blessed up, because these are moisturized, baby, most of the time. One of my very close dear friends, Genevieve, who also happens to be my cousin, because again, I didn't really have many friends growing up, said to me one time something that has never left my mind. She said that she just doesn't really fight because she's just too lazy to. I thought it was kind of funny at the time, and of course we were jokesters, like we've always been jokesters, but the older I get, the more I realize a lot of things aren't really worth your effort or your time or your energy. And again, the prefrontal cortex, the lobe, is helping me decide what's worth my time. I love this pointer thing.
Without your guts, battle's begun. Are you a saint or a sinner? If love's a fight, then I shall die with my heart on a trigger. They say before you start a war, you better know what you're fighting for.
And the thing is, I'm passionate, I'm ambitious, I'm a lover and a fighter. I am all of those things, but sometimes I'm just like, you're not worth the fight, to be honest. So that was a huge theme of the past couple years, I would say. As I grow into adulthood, I'm just like, it's not worth it. A lot of things are just not worth it. Which rolls into another theme of just be freaking for real with me. A lot of people this year also were kind of like, oh, like passive aggressiveness, and just I left retail for a reason. That was one of the largest reasons I left retail. Just say what you gotta say. Let the words come out. It is bold of me to say when I'm somebody who can't even be mean to like waiters, but the difference is if you're somebody who works in public services. Also, there is that point where I think Ali's watching a telenovela in the background or something, I'm not entirely sure. There is that point where I was talking to Genevieve again and kind of saying like, what happened to the pre-pandemic us? That hope and that joy and that youthfulness, and I was just a very different person even a year ago. But I think that kind of goes for everybody, so I would say don't give up. Things are going to get better, and when you don't believe that, remember that life is like the ocean. This is coming out of nowhere. I don't know where. Probably the prefrontal cortex. Life is like an ocean. There's gonna be, you know, high tides and low tides, and the peak and the troughs, and that doesn't mean that it's all bad. It just means that you might have to wait for the next tide to roll in. One thing that did really surprise me about the new year was that I don't like living alone like I thought I would. I get lonely. I always have Alexa playing music, or I have my earbuds in and I'm listening to Spotify, or I have a show playing in the background just to make it feel like there's people here. And I did grow up with 4 billion, 1,000 million other people, roughly. I don't know if my armpits are shaved, but deal with it. But I'm shocked by that. I'm shocked because I thought like, oh, my dream is to live alone and have nobody else, be able to decorate however I want. Spoiler alert, I didn't do a whole lot of decorating. I'm outside a lot, and I'm away from my apartment a lot. I like to be gone. I'm not really a homebody at all, so I think if I was more of a homebody, maybe I would decorate more, but it's also kind of expensive. And then I'm like, if I move, I have to take everything down. As Taylor Swift once said, or maybe it was Adele, maybe it was Kelly Clarkson, if I would have known then what I know now, would have stayed home, would have backed out. So much of your menstrual cycle is connected to your health, physical, spiritual, mental, in every way, but people don't talk about it as much. It's being talked about a little bit more now, but honestly, if I found out how big of a difference it makes in my fitness routine and my flight training routine and how well I can even study and focus, and I'm 24, man, this would have changed my life if I would have known at 19. I do think that it gets better. I do think that it's easier with the fully developed brain as well, the logical reasoning kicking in, but the hormonal thing was a big part of this year. Y'all don't even realize it goes into it more. It makes a lot of sense too why sometimes my energy levels are really high and sometimes they're not as high, because hormonally, internally, there's a lot going on, but also during those weeks I get really bad quality sleep because insomnia is another side effect of PMDD or of PMS, and it's just, it changes with people too, because some women have it less painful, some people have it more painful. It changes depending on your stress level. There's a lot that goes into it. I recommend you look into it. I recommend you start tracking that. I'm not great for sticking up for myself. I usually just am lazy and I just don't care that much, but when it comes to people messing with my family, familia mia, sa preteni me, my friends and my family, do not go for the people I love, cause then I get scary, then I get uglier. I've really just been like that my whole life. Like, I just think that there's no point to stick up for myself, but then that's a really negative way to look at yourself, because if you don't stick up for yourself, you're saying to yourself, saying like, oh, you're not worth it. You're not worth sticking up for. But I think it's time for me to realize that I'm worth the effort that I put into other people. That was a really big lesson. That was a big part of 2020 for me. It is December 1st. I have no idea what I'm doing and where I'm going. I just know that I want to get out of Oregon. I want to get out of Portland. I chose to resign from my ramp agent job. The cool thing is I have flight instructor jobs all over the USA, all over the country, even the continent right now. So this is exactly where I wanted to be a year ago after I passed my commercial and I was applying to jobs, and I ended up staying in Portland, and then my family moved to Georgia, so they moved from the West Coast to the East Coast. It's a huge new level in my life because afford to make a living. Ramp agent doesn't really pay a livable wage. I've talked about this before. It does if you work for a unionized company. So in a way, it's like, you know, maybe I'll be able to afford something other than rice and beans, which my coworkers were starting to make fun of me for, but that's like what I've been eating for years now, and it, you know, to put yourself through flight training as well, and it was worth it, and it was a great experience. I'm hoping this huge change, this huge geographical shift in my life brings me somewhere with higher pay, of course, but actually I really want to move somewhere warm. I've wanted these things for a very long time, but I waited to be out of flight training, and now I'm technically out of flight training. I'm a flight instructor. I can be hired tomorrow if I would have accepted the job, but the job was summer cold, so I didn't want to say yes to that one. There's been so much change this whole year that I feel like this is like a good finale for the end of the year. I'm gonna be honest, it's spicy. It's a spicy way for the script to end. Don't think that I wasn't upset. Don't think that I still am not upset. Like, I'm definitely not positive, and and you can ask any of my friends, like, I've been pretty negative about it because the way it ended, it was very disrespectful. It's exciting and depressing, and I have, wait a second. Oh shoot, I have a phone call in like 5 minutes for a job actually. That's it for now.
She survived, made it to the city. A couple friends she would die for already. I wanna tell her that I'm so proud of her, but every time I try to call, she's busy. Blink of an eye, time flew by. Everything changed like that. When the lights go off, the music stops. Do you wish someone...
I just say what needs to be said because time is short, life is not very long. I probably have ADHD and my brain moves very fast.
I'm a bad and I got bad anxiety. People call me rude cause I ain't letting them try me. Saying I'm a cause I'm in love with my body. Issues, but nobody I can talk to about it.
Because anything can happen now. Because, as Ellie Goulding would say, because I don't have a car, I don't have a job, but I have all the certificate. Not the grammar lessons. Guys, Tina is alive! I really did not think she was gonna make it through the year. I am so grateful to God and to the mechanic. Also, I was going to make a point of, no, I need to go on a run. It's like the warmest day we've had in a while. Okay, bye, never mind. I don't remember what I was gonna say. The cool thing about this, though, is that now there's nothing me holding me. That wasn't even a supper! So, that's that. Ah! Bye, babies. Talk to you later.
They keep saying I should get help, but I don't even know what I need. They keep saying speak your truth. Today I really hate everybody, and that's just me being real, yeah.
I don't understand why y'all are being around, like, going and being passive aggressive. Like, be for real with it. No. Drama, I don't think so. No, not 2020. Nope. This little llama is so cute. It's like looking at me like that. It's so cute. I maybe need a dog. Probably I just need a dog.
Get them from around me if they all been fake. It's crazy how I say the same prayer to the Lord and always get surprised about who he take. Man, I'm really thinking about dollar.
One would ask, are you happy right now where you at, girl? Do you still get drunk when you sad, girl? Did you finally find love in this mad world? Is it everything you thought? Are you happy right now where you at, girl? Did the money go straight to your head, girl? Did you grow up a little too fast, girl? Cause if you did, you can always go back, girl. You can always go back, my baby. She grew up, don't know how she did it. Think about it every day, I miss her. I really miss her.